Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. Excited. Tonight, it'll be the Golden State Warriors going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And for Cleveland, they're looking to come out as a great opportunity to do just that. Well, for Golden State, they certainly didn't struggle before Steve Kerr became head coach, but since his arrival,
greetings, everyone. Glad to have you here with us on this Wednesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Greg Anthony, the Warriors. So Cleveland will get the first possession. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the court for Cleveland. Down low, it's Love and Mozgov. LeBron James is out there with Iman Shumpert. And it's Irving at the small forward. Offensive rebound, Kerr. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
So many great statistics are available to demonstrate just how
something only he's been able to do in the history of the league.
It's amazing. The Warriors have gone 1 of 3 for the...
Always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Well, LeBron had kind of a slow start to his season, his return to Cleveland last year.
Yeah, he got off to a bit of a slow start. He had some nagging type injuries, but things turned around, and LeBron was eventually able to get the clubhouse atmosphere where he wanted.
And that atmosphere that LeBron was after, I mean, he described it as wanting a family-like atmosphere.
Boy, you got to love it. The picture-perfect alley-oop.
A little surprised, though, Clark. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same.
Counts for 2.
Yeah, it does. Almost makes it a little more special, though, when you can have a little bit of grace as opposed to just the full Monty with the power.
Curry outside. They get it again. Goes back up. And the rejection by Love. Irving dishes to Shumpert. Back to Irving. And it's sent back by Bogut.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson.
And to touch on the Cleveland atmosphere, you know, you could see as the season unfolded, it became a big part of what LeBron was able to accomplish in Miami, starting to work itself into that roster. Ill-advised shot there, Clark.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage.
Nobody near Barnes. And the Warriors miss again. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. The drive by Green. Dishes it to Barnes. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. The Warriors have shot just one free throw earlier. 1 for 1 in the game. And so he hits the technical free throw.
And guys, one thing that we were treated with last year was Steve Kerr's great quotability in post-game interviews and pressers. He said all the right things and deflected praise like a coach who had done it for many years.
No one near Curry as he lets it go. The 19-footer is on the money. Curry's got 8.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
James up top. It's stolen by Curry. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. For the 3. Kyrie Irving with the rebound. And Kerr is so good with the media because, Greg, he was a media member himself for so long. You know that as well as anybody. Clark, I don't think he ever tried his hand at broadcasting, though. I can't see him doing that.
He probably just thrown on as a broadcaster and would rarely contribute anything of note. Some guys have what it takes to call games, and Steve just doesn't.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers. Last season, Draymond Green taking over the starting power forward role in Golden State. Last season, David Lee was injured, remember, in preseason. Green was inserted, and he's been terrific ever since.
Absolutely superb. A former second-round pick, his emergence has fueled this team's rise to greatness.
And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor.
They've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass today.
Yeah, and it's already got them a +5 margin in the rebound column.
Good.
Oh, how pretty was that? Use the rim to protect the ball perfectly.
On offense, here are the Warriors. They're on a 12-4 run.
And I really have always felt Draymond Green was one of those unique players. I mean, he kind of a tweener in terms of that small forward, power forward at only 6'7". But he's got toughness. The long arms enable him to defend bigger guys. And also the basketball IQ. You can never discount the importance of understanding what you're doing when you're on the floor. Yeah, he was boxed out and tried to get the rebound the only way he could.
Yeah, he got straight over the back and on top of him there, too. So nothing subtle about that one.
Nice shot by Smith.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
And with Draymond Green, he can defend inside. He can cover on the perimeter. I mean, his versatility at both ends of the floor also a huge asset. And you can't have a higher basketball IQ than he does. It really helps him excel at all facets of the game.
What a beautiful pass to set that one up.
The pass might have been pretty, but the finish, I thought, Clark, angry.
That's a heck of a combination. Pretty pass and an angry punch.
And that's what makes the alley-oop such a terrific play when you're able to execute it.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was a really strong year for the Cavs. 53 wins for them, good for the 6th best mark in team history. A lot of those wins also came against the West, making it even more impressive.
And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Kevin Love's checked in for Verjao. James Jones comes in for Thompson. Harris is checked in for Richard Jefferson. And James subbed in for Mo Williams. And that'll be Golden State as it goes out of bounds. Warriors retain possession. There's a minute left to play in the first quarter. Spades the pass to Thompson. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And the trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
Azili's checked in for Thompson. Cavs were very strong against the West. 18-12 record for them overall, second only to the Hawks in the East.
And they really turned it on against the West from mid-January on. How about going 14-1 in the West in their last 15 matchups, and that included a 10-game win streak against the West.
Now here is Smith. He's got 5. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Here's Barbosa, and it's off the back rim, no good. The Cavaliers trail by 5. That's good from Harris on the assist by Smith. Harris has got his first 2 points.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter, just served him up.
And it's Barbosa, again missing. And the Cavaliers pushing it up now. LeBron leading the charge. Harris misses. And here's Iguodala outside. No good on that last second attempt there. And that concludes a back-and-forth high-scoring first quarter of play. Warriors. And a chance to hear from LeBron James as he talked about the challenge of remaining calm and
for me, at a younger age, I was...
Again, just another part of the maturation process for LeBron. Has become such the consummate pro.
Yeah, he really has been. It's amazing to see the pressure he's dealt with and the way he's handled it with that even-keeled nature. You know, he's as solid and steady as they come at this point in his career. Nothing phases him. Nothing rattles him.
And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Warriors.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And the other thing they've done well is they've run the shooters off their sweet spots. They've really closed out well and forced them to put the basket.
Amon Shumpert is out there with Matthew Dellavedova. And it's Irving in at the small forward position.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end. That's losing basketball.
Especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That's a nice lead now.
And guys, for everything we've said about Kyrie Irving over the years, now let's talk about maybe another area, and that is his willingness to give up the ball. LeBron came to town at the beginning of last season. Kyrie didn't even flinch at the prospect of being 1B to 1A. To me, that was a very selfless way of giving the mantle of that team over to LeBron.
I agree with you, and there was some question as to whether Kyrie would be able to do that at this point in his career, but ultimately that's what champions do. Kobe did it for Shaq, Robinson did it for Tim Duncan, and that's really what great players do.
And getting back to Kyrie, many felt the addition of LeBron.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
That even further indicates how seamlessly the two superstars were able to gel.
Timeout called, Cleveland.
You know, talking about the effect LeBron had on Kyrie last year, they looked fantastic working together. But the stat sheet also bared that out. Kyrie hit over 40% of his threes for the first time in his career, and he posted the lowest turnover rate of his career, too.
The Warriors making a switch here. Bogut's checked in. Cleveland also making some changes. Jones checked in for Mozgov. Smith comes in for Shumpert. And LeBron's subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. And a wide open look for Irving. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Curry can't get it to go.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
And he gets it to go.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Warriors leading by 3. Another shot. Bogut lays it up and banks it in.
And he just big-boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
Irving attacking. finally gets one to fall. He's now 1 for 5 with his first make.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Smith kicks to Irving. Off with the layup.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Cleveland with a very strong year last year. They were a very solid team on the road, as most LeBron-led teams are. Clark.
Yeah, he's a special guy in terms of how he can elevate other players. Didn't start out hot on the road, but eventually got it together and ended up 22-19 away from home.
Thompson dishes to Barnes. Outside for Curry. And again, no good by Golden State.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for Golden State. Spates checked in for Green. Iguodala comes in for Klay Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Curry. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Love. Thompson comes in for Jones. Richard Jefferson, he's checked in for Irving. And it's Williams in for Smith. The drive by James. And Varejau kicks to Jefferson. That three off the mark.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
And there's the call on Jefferson. That's his first foul.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Golden State. Here's Spates. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Varejau.
Well, I tell you, the Warriors roster fit together, hand in glove. They were led by the Splash Brothers, but the front court and the bench really complemented the rest of the team perfectly because all of the players for the Warriors were extremely versatile and highly skilled.
As you're talking about the Warriors, you know, they were built to play with each other last year. The bigs could all pass very well, and that set up the three-point threats.
And then even on the defensive side, I mean, they had players that really complemented each other. I mean, some undersized power forwards who countered with rim protectors. I mean, they also had the length at every perimeter position to switch on any play. So they are equally as adept on that side of the ball. And that's how you take the steal and turn it into a transition opportunity.
I think that's the perfect time to do it, Greg. I mean, those few seconds after the turnover, strike right away because the defense has no chance to get organized.
Stolen by Varejau. And now the fast break, LeBron with the ball. Here's Williams. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Livingston passes to Iguodala. 59 seconds left here in the second. Traps in the tray.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
It's LeBron with the drive. Here's Thompson, and there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Livingston kicks to Spates. Golden State moving the ball around. Another miss by Iguodala.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
Warriors leading by 5. Here's Spates. Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession.
Cavaliers ball.
19 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Shumpert gets a wide open look, and nothing but hair on that one. Pass to Livingston. The three, no good. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. The Warriors on top, up by 5. And time now to go.
Hi, Kevin. A solid and competitive first half of basketball, LeBron. How do you feel about
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're going to break down the first half action for you. What a start it was for Stephen Curry. He had 10 points, 3 rebounds, and now, folks, it's just about time for the third quarter to begin. We will see you after the final buzzer.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game.
It's been a really good night for Steph Curry. 10 points and 1 steal.
Offensively, defensively, man, he has done it all.
All hustle, non-stop effort. He just doesn't quit. Great resilience and relentlessness in his play.
It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson. They're in the backcourt. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. And it's Barnes and at the 3 slot. So that's the group out there for Golden State. The Cavaliers trail by 5.
You know, the league going to more ball movement, more outside shooting, less isolation play, and those are all natural fits for the talents of Klay Thompson, who's great moving off the ball, and we know he can stroke it from long range.
Thompson's gone 1 of 4 from the field. Mozgov drives in. Irving, the open look. That one's good from the corner. Irving's got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for Cleveland. Here's Curry, and it's Kyrie Irving with the rebound. Irving's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Mozgov dishes to Love. Stolen by Thompson. Oh, and here we go. Bogut's got it. The fast break chance.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
And guys, Steph Curry, the rare point guard who's almost as effective playing off the ball as he is on it. And the Warriors have really emphasized that as he's evolved as a player, bringing in a lot of playmakers who can set him up coming off screens.
The drive by James, powered down with both hands.
And that's his style right now. That's his game. He plays it as well as anyone. And when we get to crunch time, that's when he's at his best.
Curry passes to Green. The feed to Bogut. And they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
How about that? Breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk.
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yes, indeed.
And speaking of Curry playing off the ball in the pass, Clark, we'd see him guarding shooting guards defensively. Some said trying to hide him against lesser offensive players.
Well, I think guarding 2 guards gave him a chance maybe to save some energy for the offensive end. But recently, Steve Kerr has had him on point guards more. You want your best players taking the challenge at both ends of the court.
And when you look at Draymond Green, he's not a guy who will wow you with his numbers or his athleticism, Clark. He brings a lot of intangibles, though. And I remember talking early in his career with Tom Izzo up in Michigan State saying those exact things, that he gives you so much more than just what you see.
And his current coach and our former partner, Steve Kerr, raves about him. He's the heart and soul of the Warriors, in Steve's words.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Anderson Varejao checked in for Mozgov. Jefferson comes in for LeBron. And Smith subbed in for Iman Shumpert.
That is such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And it's one thing to get the steal, but to so alertly turn it into a transition opportunity, even better. You know, you talk about Green's enthusiasm for the game. He's constantly talking, whether defensively or even in an opponent's ear. He's a vocal presence. And also another example of how a guy can make an impact without necessarily having it show up in the stat sheet.
Spates checked in for the Warriors. Livingston comes in for Steph Curry. The Cavaliers trail by 5. Irving kicks to Smith. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
And also, don't discount his leadership. Draymond Green's been a vocal leader his entire career. Even as a rookie, he wasn't afraid to challenge his teammates. And that competitive spirit, guys, can be contagious.
The kick out to Irving. For the 3, Smith with the basket on the assist by Irving. 8 points for Smith.
Great assist that time by Kyrie Irving.
Warriors leading by 4. And stolen by Irving. And Irving with a clear path to the hoop. Oh!
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia. Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Vassili's checked in for Draymond Green. Iguodala comes in for Barnes. And it's Barbosa in for Thompson. Then for the Cavaliers, Mozgov. He's checked in for Varejao. Matthew Dellavedova comes in for Jefferson. And Mo Williams subbed in for Kyrie Irving. It's Williams with the drive. For the lead. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Dellavedova. That's 7 points for Williams.
Dellavedova is really good at finding his teammates. Boy, I tell you, the Warriors did something that no other team had ever done before. They ended the regular season ranked first in field goal percentage and field goal percentage defense. Essentially, they were the best offensive and defensive team in the league. Remarkable.
Last season for the Warriors really dominated from beginning to end to lead the league in, Craig, both offensive and defensive efficiency.
And Kevin, a lot of people knew the Warriors were good at offense. I mean, but they've been equally as good defensively over the past few seasons, kind of flying under the radar for whatever reason. Not the case going forward.
And the Cavaliers with some changes. Kevin Love's checked in for Mozgov. Jones comes in for Thompson. And James subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. There's the pass to Jones. Williams for 3. A rebound by Azili.
Got a good look, though. I thought that was going to go down.
Yeah, the D, though, just enough to bother the rhythm on that one, Clark.
And a wide open look for Iguodala. And the Warriors miss again.
That's some more rugged play from them inside. They have a decent edge in rebounds thus far.
And all that hard work on the boards needs to continue because that potentially may swing the game.
Jones, no luck. Golden State's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. In the corner, Smith with it. And the 3-ball is good. Smith's got a pair of threes now here in the third for Cleveland.
And defensively, they've gotten a little careless, not playing with the same focus we saw in the first.
Williams, that's for 2. It's rebounded by Golden State.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open. And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
James outside. With 1 on the clock. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
Both free throws good from James. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Cavaliers lead by 4. And time to step aside quickly, but we welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. The Cavaliers leading by 4. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, Thompson down low with Mozgov. LeBron James is out there with Iman Shumpert. And it's Irving at the 3 spot.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
A shot by Thompson and no one's around. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
And they'll be counting on even more points from him. That's essential if they're going to pull this game out.
Shumpert with it, picked up by Thompson. And Thompson throws it down.
Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they are not backing off at all, are they?
And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. All right, well, look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Cleveland.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnovers.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Cavalier lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Barnes. Cleveland's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Here's Shumpert. Up and in on the layup.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple. Unbelievable. This guy is completely in a zone.
And he knows it. You can see it. The body language, the confidence. Real swagger out there for him.
Timeout called, Cleveland.
And one problem with the Cavs last season was they put immediate pressure on themselves. A part of that was the trade for Kevin Love.
I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Well, over the break, I listened in on David Blatt's huddle. He tried to really fire them up to bring it home, saying, all night, you have all night to rest after the final buzzer. For now, we have to lay it on the line and try to bring it home. Guys, back to you.
And as always, Doris, thank you. As you said, the Cavs put a lot of pressure on themselves because of the trade. You could see it affect the way they came out of the gate, Clark.
And, you know, it was just night and day, Kevin, when the Cavs began to relax and click. I mean, a total transformation and turnaround. They would go 19-20 in the first 39 games and then 34-9 over the rest of the season once those guys gelled and got locked in. Some of the shots he's taken have been real head scratchers. I mean, come on. He's out there playing like it's a game of horse at the park.
And they get it back. Barnes dishes to Kerr. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle skills for the Warriors?
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
Yeah, but they've been offensive defensively tonight because they've really forced the issue on D and come up with quite a few steals and deflections.
The Cavaliers trailing. And there's Shumpert. That's good on the assist by Jones. Jones has got 3 assists in the game. Here's Curry with the 3. No good. Cavaliers go the other way with it.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Beyond the arc, LeBron with the block. Here's Shumpert. The kick out to Irving. Jacks up a 3. No good from LeBron.
And he's trying to shoot his way out of it. You know, they have the lead, but honestly, I think it might help if he'd be a little bit more selective tonight.
Deflects the pass. And here we go. Thompson heading to the hoop. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James. And the Cavaliers making a change here. Mozgov's checked in.
And offensively, they've been struggling. He just wants to get them back into a good flow and stop forcing shots.
Well, Greg, the misses started piling up. Things kind of snowballed on him in that regard. This is a good timeout to kind of calm his guys down and hit the reset button.
And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. Barbosa passes to Livingston. Fires from the wing. Shot is off. Good D by James. Looking to get it going. It's deflected. Here's Iguodala. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. 7 points for Andre Iguodala.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary. in terms of dealing with their passing.
Barbosa for three. Rebound, Love. Love's got his sixth rebound on the night. To the inside, Irving.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
Guys, that was critical. I mean, that's what we're used to seeing out of him, though, at moments like this.
Livingston, no luck.
He's yet to make an impact from the field, but his team is taking care of business.
Mazdov kicks to James. They shoot again. Love with the bucket. And the Cavaliers lead by one. Clark, neither team with a big advantage here in the fourth quarter.
5 times we've had the lead switch so far. I mean, back and forth we go.
And Clark, that could rise again before we're through.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. They're down by one. We've got 1:08 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And the Cavaliers with some changes. James Jones comes in for Mozgov. And J.R. Smith's subbed in for Shumpert. Golden State's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. And finished off by Bogut.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the right.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
Irving drives in.
Irving's got him falling right now, that's for sure.
43 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And the foul called on the Cleveland Cavaliers. James against Curry. He dishes it to Barnes. Yes!
They don't get any bigger than that basket.
They needed it, Greg, and he gave it to them.
LeBron against Curry. Love goes in. Good!
Well, they're having a problem dealing with Kevin Love.
Timeout called the Warriors. They're behind by one. There's 18 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And really no need to rush. Still plenty of time to get a good look.
Well, if they've got a play that they use to get a quality shot, this is the time to run.
There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
I tell you what, Steph Curry, somebody lit a fire under him.
Barnes against Irving. Can't cash in.
And although not a block officially, it might as well have been his ability to react and alter the shot.
Greg, I don't think there was any doubt about it. His defense threw him off on that shot.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a three-point game.
Big-time free throws there. That could be the difference. It forces them now into a three-point attempt.
Timeout called Cleveland. They're trailing by...
They can't guard us on the perimeter.
7 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
And there's still time left, so they don't necessarily have to go for the three. A quick, easy bucket inside will do.
Well, I think the clock's a little short here for that. I mean, I'm not quite sold on the quick two. I think they've got to look for a quality three to try to tie this thing up based on where the clock is right now.
And he ends up missing both free throws.
A three-pointer would be huge right now.
Oh, a chance to tie it up with
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin, and now we get a chance. 2K Sports crew. I'm